Hi, I'm Dr. Patty. Hi, Dr. Angela. How was your week so far?
Hi, good. Doing pretty well. Getting ready to go on a trip and excited about that and thinking about what I need to take with me because when I travel, I tend to get pretty backed up.
Me too. That always happens to me when I'm traveling. So I often tell patients that the body doesn't always know the difference between a wedding and a funeral. So sometimes we might be doing something really fun like traveling, but the body can perceive it as a little bit of stress. So with vacation, you're not sleeping in your own bed, you're not really in your own routine, you might be in a different time zone, and that can be a little bit stressful. And most people don't really like to talk about poop. We as naturopathic doctors love talking about poop.
So true.
It's true, because it tells us so much about what's going on inside. And many of us actually, especially with traveling, have experienced a little bit of constipation or maybe have caught a little bug and had a little diarrhea. So Dr. Angela, what do you do when you're traveling to keep things moving?
Yeah, so first and foremost, really remembering the basics. So I really pay attention to making sure that I stay hydrated, drinking lots of water. And then I really pay attention to my diet too, making sure that I have lots of fiber from vegetables and fruits. The other thing that's really important for me is I know that stress tends to really aggravate constipation for me. So I know if I'm too much in a hurry every day, rushing off to fun things to do, and I don't leave a little bit of relaxed time in my schedule, then I'm gonna struggle more. So I make sure to have just a little bit of time every day where I'm not hurrying. And then in terms of supplements, there's some things that are very helpful. My number one go-to is magnesium. Magnesium, you actually have to pay attention to the label because there's different kinds of magnesium. I tend to use magnesium citrate the most. I like this powdered product called Calm, and it's just magnesium citrate. And so I use 1 to 2 teaspoons 1 to 2 times a day, depending on how things are. I actually really like the capsules only because I just prefer taking capsules. So if you're somebody who doesn't like powders and likes capsules, you can take something like this, which is also a magnesium citrate but comes in capsule form. Yeah, great point. We can take it in tablet, in capsules, in powder, whatever resonates for you, however you like to take it. The most important thing with the magnesium is to pay attention to what type of magnesium it is. Magnesium oxide and citrate work really well for helping with constipation. If it's glycinate, it might not work as well. Glycinate's really good for you, but it's not as good at moving the bowels. So just that. And then the other supplements that can be very helpful are probiotics. Probiotics, 25 to 50 billion CFUs tends to be a great dose for me. I really like the Renew Life brand. I recommend those in my practice quite a bit. And then in terms of fiber, there's lots of different kinds of fiber that'll work nicely. I tend to resonate more with the chia seeds and the ground up flax seeds personally.
I really like psyllium husk powder. I find it to be really effective. However, if you take too much, you can actually get a little bit constipated. So I take psyllium husk powder. You could also take psyllium husk on its own, but start slow with maybe just like a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon and work your way up.
Yeah, I definitely tend to get a little bit more constipated with the psyllium, so I avoid it, but it works great for many people. So just, check in with your own body, experiment, and see which forms you like best.
And if you're in a pinch and you're traveling and you haven't packed any of these things, you could always run to the local market and pick up some organic dried prunes. What you want to do is actually soak them in warm water overnight, and then in the morning, drink the water and eat the hydrated prunes.
Yeah, that's a great tip. And you can use, like the coffee pot in your hotel room to make the hot water with, to do that little overnight soak trip with. So on the flip side, if you get a little bit of diarrhea while you're traveling, it probably means you got some bugs. And so this is interesting because even though we want the diarrhea to stop right away, we don't want to trap the bacteria that we just picked up in our intestines. So there are some things we can do to both help move out that bacteria and any associated toxins and also help, resolve the process quicker. And so interestingly enough, the probiotics and the fiber that we talked about earlier work beautifully for this. The probiotics actually repopulate our gut with good bacteria and crowd out the bad guys, literally. And then the fiber helps to bind up any of those toxins and extra water and then bulk things up and just help you have a bowel movement where you're getting rid of the bacteria and the toxins.
You can also take some activated charcoal. This also helps to bind toxins. And I just take a little bottle like this with me when I'm traveling. And if you take this for diarrhea, you might notice that your poops are going to turn black. So don't freak out if that happens.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because that's something I would do.
Yeah, don't freak out. It's okay. It's totally normal. So it'll bind the toxins and just still let your body flush everything out. You also want to hydrate and replace some of that water that you've lost. So steer away from some of those pre-packaged electrolyte beverages that might have colors and dyes. You know, if it's bright blue and tastes really sweet, it's probably not the best thing for you.
What? The blue's not good?
No. So you probably want to maybe do some unsweetened coconut water or some trace minerals or electrolyte packets from the local health food store.
Oh, those are such good tips. We hope this really helps you. If you have a friend who's going on a trip and you think this might help them, share this video with them.
And don't forget to look in the description box below. We're going to put some added information in there for you. And if you enjoyed the video and you want to get notified when we upload more videos like this, please subscribe. Thanks.
We wish you a very happy, healthy summer with healthy poops. See you back here soon.
Bye.
Bye.